Isn't it incredible that there are individuals who wake up each morning eager about the tasks they have ahead? They willingly put in extra hours because their work feels like a hobby to them. They take satisfaction in what they do, and they are surrounded by fantastic colleagues. When you are engaged in an activity that brings joy, that is precisely how it feels. You don't have to approach your job as something you dread going to every day. When you witness others genuinely enjoying their work, it prompts self-reflection. Are you being too selective, or does your job actually stink? Well, let's explore that question together. Number one, this isn't really what you wanted to do. This is a common experience that most people encounter at some point in their lives. Disliking your job because it was chosen by someone else is understandable. It's not really what you wanted to do either. Perhaps your parents had specific expectations for you to fulfill, or maybe you were unsure of your own aspirations. So, you followed your friend's footsteps and now find yourself hating it. Fortunately, such experiences give you the chance to discover what truly interests you during those moments of boredom at work, when you mindlessly click through things. What kind of work do you envision yourself doing instead? Chart your own path and see where it leads. Number two, you never made an effort to fit in. It's possible to find satisfaction in a job you initially despised by adopting a positive attitude, building relationships, and striving towards a larger objective. However, if you approach your work with a pessimistic outlook and convince yourself that success is unattainable, you'll remain stuck in that mindset. We tend to become more invested in the things we invest in ourselves. In order to truly appreciate something, we must first put in the effort. Rather than hastily quitting a disliked job, it's worth attempting to perform to the best of your abilities and cultivating positive connections with coworkers. Number three, you chose it based on location. The daily commute to work is often considered one of the most dreaded aspects of office life. Spending countless hours traveling to and from work can feel like a futile and pointless task. The commute eats into your precious free time and leaves you feeling exhausted before you've even started your workday. While it may seem logical to choose a job that's closer to home to save time, sacrificing 8 hours a day for a job you dislike is not a wise long-term investment. Instead, opt for a job that you genuinely enjoy, even if it means traveling a bit further. You can make your commute more enjoyable by finding podcasts, books, online courses, or TV shows to occupy your time. Turning your commute into your downtime is a smart way to maximize your day. Number four, you've hit a glass ceiling. Sometimes, no matter how hard you work and how many friends you make at your workplace, your career trajectory can be determined without your input. This can happen due to factors such as nepotism, favoritism, or your resistance against the company culture. In such situations, you may realize that moving up is not possible, and the only viable option is to leave. If you believe that you will still be in the same position 5 years from now, this thought may make you unhappy. In that case, it's time to update your resume and start looking for new job opportunities. Dealing with such situations can be challenging for your ego. Number five, you're bad at it, and people are starting to notice. You might enjoy your job, but even then, compared to the rest of your team, you feel dissatisfied because you're not performing well and people are starting to notice. Some jobs require great attention to detail. While you may have a bigger picture perspective, some roles demand a certain level of creativity, and although you possess creativity in different ways, inquire with your manager about the areas where you can improve. Accept that feedback and make a deliberate effort to focus on those aspects. Request to shadow successful colleagues. Enroll in a course to update yourself on industry advancements and practice the programs and systems you use regularly. Once you master them, you will excel. Number six, you're not in the right place, or you're just not the right fit. A bottle of water can be 50 cents at the supermarket, $2 at the gym, and $3 at the movies, and then $6 on a plane. It's the same water, though. The only thing that's changed is the location where you are changes your value, and this perfectly captures this point. You're either in a bad place, or you're just bad at it. You might not be properly valued in your current company, but you could be worth way more somewhere else. Knowing your value takes knowing yourself. Number seven, you're a jack of all trades and a master of none. While this approach can be beneficial in certain situations, it may fall short in others. In simpler terms, you possess proficiency in various aspects of work without excelling in any particular one. Consequently, despite your hard work and dedication, you fail to distinguish yourself or receive acknowledgement. This is an opportunity to dedicate time to acquiring more knowledge. Identify one aspect of your work that truly captivates you and invest time in expanding your expertise. Wholeheartedly strive for perfection and transform into an indispensable authority figure. Develop confidence in your specialized skills to attract others, seeking assistance and foster a sense of belonging. Number 8. Your skill or potential doesn't match the opportunity. You may possess immense skill and talent, but if they don't match the requirements of the job at hand, they are going to waste. Even if you have a well-paying job, if it doesn't align with your skill set, it will always feel like you are operating outside your comfort zone, striving for something that will always elude you. It may seem excessive to decline every opportunity that comes your way, particularly when you're just starting out and feel compelled to grab any chance that arises. However, as you gain experience, you can carefully assess the opportunities you pursue. Be intentional about them and contemplate how they will impact your professional growth in the years to come. If you dislike your job because it doesn't utilize your full potential. Number 9, it depends on other people and external factors. The extent of reliance hinges on the competency and presence of your manager in the workplace. Furthermore, it is contingent upon their relationships with other individuals in your team. In fact, it may even extend to upper-level management. In cases where there are deficiencies or problems within the company, it becomes more difficult for you to carry out your duties effectively. It is essential for you to be aware of what is expected from you in order to meet those expectations satisfactorily. Should you harbor dissatisfaction with your work due to interactions with others, consider documenting all instances and addressing them with someone in authority. Inform them about the challenges you are experiencing and provide them with the supporting evidence. Number 10, you're overworked. Most companies go through a phase where workloads increase and everyone has to take on a little more. This shouldn't last longer than a few weeks. Once that's completed successfully, things should go back to normal. However, sometimes they don't. When you perform well, the catch-22 is that management can rely on you, and they might put more pressure on you than others because, hey, you've done an excellent job. This can make you loathe your job that you used to love. It's vital to establish your boundaries early on and assert yourself the moment you see that relying on you becomes a habit. You have to stand up for yourself. Number 11, your job doesn't feel like an adventure. Your work should be challenging. It should make you feel like you're constantly learning and doing something innovative every day. Without that, you're going to get bored and start to feel unfulfilled. Therefore, discuss with your manager about taking on new challenges. Come prepared with ideas of what you would like to explore in your meeting and explain why you want to take on these projects. This is also an excellent chance to develop your negotiation skills. Number 12, nobody acknowledges your success. Your success and achievements might go unnoticed by your managers, depending on their level of competence. This is not an ideal situation, but part of your job is to ensure others notice them. Make yourself heard when you succeed, as it reflects not only on yourself, but also on the company and others around you. Unfortunately, even when people do take notice, they may not give it the acknowledgement it deserves. This lack of recognition can really bring you down. To stay motivated, you need access to resources and support. While it's possible to discuss this with your bosses, if you don't see an improvement in something that's easily changeable, remember that you deserve to be somewhere where your work is recognized and appreciated. Number 13, your job is a joke and everyone knows it. No matter how much you get paid, it doesn't matter if your job is a joke and everyone knows it because you'll feel like you're sacrificing your dignity for a paycheck. We've come across numerous stories about phony tech workers, individuals who were solely hired to provide positive publicity for the company. It may sound appealing to have a large workforce or rapid growth, but if there isn't sufficient work for all the new hires and you're merely doing busy work, it will seem pointless for you to be there. Number 14, you don't have any autonomy. It's incredibly frustrating to hate your job when you're constantly being micromanaged. When you feel like you don't have any freedom, and it seems like people lack faith in your ability to do your job, then why would you feel secure and content there? Some managers relish their authority and prioritize being domineering over being a good manager. You can communicate with your manager as much as you'd like, but historically, individuals like this don't handle feedback or advice well. Your optimal choice is to escalate the issue to someone higher in authority. Check if you can transfer to a different department or seek employment opportunities elsewhere. Number 15. The pay is terrible. Those who have experienced truly fulfilling work as nurses, teachers, or employees of nonprofit organizations will explain that while they feel like they are making a difference and feel good about themselves, the stress caused by low pay often makes it not worthwhile. Fulfillment alone cannot cover expenses. It is just one aspect of job satisfaction. However, living from one paycheck to another might cause resentment towards such fulfillment. The very thing that brings joy and passion can also bring financial difficulties. Such circumstances are unsustainable. One should either request a salary increase or seek employment that meets their needs to some extent. It is important to find a job that provides partial fulfillment while also paying better. When a job contradicts personal values, feelings of embarrassment may arise. One may feel inauthentic and as if they are betraying themselves. Although some occupations can offer significant monetary compensation, performing tasks that one does not personally agree with on a daily basis cannot be ignored. Eventually, one's criticism will catch up with them. Despite enjoying the work itself, not aligning with the ultimate goal is a reason for departure. Therefore, it is crucial to acquire the necessary skills, gain experience, and begin searching for opportunities that more closely align with personal values. That's a wrap. 15 reasons why you don't like your job and what to do about it. Talk to your managers. Stand up for yourself and stop saying you're going to make a change and then not doing anything about it. So tell us in the comments, what was a job that you hated and why? We love to hear your stories. We'll see you back here next time, my friends. Take care.